Hello, sweet sisters. I know that some of you have been wondering where I was. So I definitely needed to tune in today. Today is Friday, January 23rd, I believe. 22. It's January 22nd. How is it that we're already here towards the end of January? Crazy. So I'll give you all a minute to jump on. I did not forget about any of you yesterday. Hello, sweet sister Rhonda. I'm glad to see you all. Hi, Lynn from California. Awesome. San Diego. Love San Diego, by the way. So first of all, I was not on yesterday because I was so exhausted from all the programs I had done this week that if I had jumped on, I would have been something like, I wouldn't have had any words for you, sweet sisters. So I missed you yesterday, and I had some of you check on me, so thank you. So today, what crazy times we live in. Hello from Indiana. So I thought today we would talk about boxes. Let's talk about boxes. You know, when many years ago, early in my career, there was this great video called Joshua in a Box. And it was about this guy, this little cartoon character, hello Sarah, about this little cartoon character that was fighting to get out of a box, out of a box, out of a box. And I must confess, you are most welcome, Esther. I haven't forgotten about any of you. Hey Lisa, sweet sister, glad to see you all too. I know we're all needing an extra dose of inspiration these days. So I'll get back to Joshua in a Box in just a moment. But it's so interesting to me that the world wants to place us in boxes. So let's just say, here I have a box. People say, why can't you be in the Republican box or the Democratic box? And I keep looking at this box saying, I really don't want that box, okay? I don't want that box. And then you go through life and you have people say, well, why don't you jump into this box? It's a little nicer, it's narrow, it's, smaller. Why don't you do the motherhood box or the wife box or the other box that you might have? And I'm like, well, okay, but I really don't want that box either. Okay, so I've had this whole thing in my life of people saying, yeah, but don't you want to be in that box? We could add colors. We could add colors and make it pretty. That'll make your life so much better. Any of you relate to that? Any of you relate? And I say, I don't want to be in that box either. And then someone, sure enough, will come along in my life and they'll say, oh, but be in this box. You could do this box, couldn't you? It's different. And I keep saying, I want a different box. And they go, oh, but it's different, but you can make it different. And I say, I don't want that box either. And what has happened this past year, this has probably been my biggest struggle since March of last year. And I'm being very real and authentic with all of you because I'm curious about, have you felt like you've been put in boxes too? What I feel like is that the boxes that we were in, that we spent a large part of our life, hello from New Mexico, hi Samantha, that we've spent so much of our life in that I've been rejecting. I don't want to be in those boxes. And then it seems like this year it's gotten smaller and smaller and smaller. And now all of a sudden, it's like I'm being asked to live in this box. It gets smaller and smaller. Am I a masker? Am I a non-masker? Am I for politics, against politics? Everywhere I turn, I try to keep my language neutral. Hello from Missouri. Lisa, I want my wings too, hon. I'm with you on this one. But no matter how neutral, I try to be so that others won't place me in a box. I'm glad to see you too, Kathleen. No matter what it seems that I say, all you have to do, all of you can take a look at the comments on any of these videos. I'm not Christian enough. I'm too Christian. I'm not strict enough. I'm too strict. There's no winning. And so I've dealt with this for a long time, but this box just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And I got to tell you, I don't want those either. I don't want those either. So what do you do when you're in this place? The world likes to have us in boxes. Does this relate to anybody? You have the best timing, Tanya. I was just wishing you would do a Facebook Live. Well, there you go. I must have heard your call all the way from across the universe. So right before COVID hit, I had, I finally felt really good. I'm a glorious 52. And to some of the gentlemen that keep making comments, I appreciate it, but please do know I am happily married. I finally, before all this COVID stuff, I listened to you yesterday for the first time. Oh my gosh, thank you. You are so welcome, Rhonda. I finally, right before all this COVID stuff, I was like, okay, people like to have us all in boxes. I've published a book, I've done all this work, I've been out there, I've done keynotes, I've trained thousands of people. Now I'm in a nice purple box. Okay, I felt really good about that. I liked my shiny box. I picked it, it was nice, I felt good. But now I'm at this point where I don't want to be in that box either. Okay? So where we're at the moment, where I am at the moment, and I'm sharing this with you because I think what's happening with us all is we're too big for any box. We're too big for any box. That's why it feels so unsettling right now. We're too big for any of the many boxes that the world keeps trying to place us in. And so I'm coming to all of you with a heartfelt request today. I don't want to be in a Republican or Democrat box. I don't want to be in a liberal box. I don't want to be in a conservative box. I don't want to be in a Southern box. I don't want to be in a U.S. box. I feel like I should have a Dr. Seuss poem coming out any minute, right? I don't want to be in a box. Why is it that we all feel the need to get rid of the box? Carol, that's what I'm trying to do. Why do we feel this need to put ourselves in a box? The divine essence of who we each are is too big to be contained. It's too big to be contained. And so as we each have conversations, because I don't know about you, but you can just feel the squeeze happening right now. Where are you? Where are you? Can anybody relate to this? I'm glad to see the hearts and the hugs. Where are you? May we each find a way to bravely step out of whatever box that we're in and courageously embrace that essence that we were designed to be. You see, we're each a fractal of the divine creator, and whatever it is, the belief that you have, and I have sisters from all over the world, and I see this resonating with you all. We're too big for any box. So the question becomes, is how do I live in this world but not be of this world? How do I respectfully decline when others are wanting us to be in a box? I don't even want to watch the news or what's on the TV that's also in a box. I don't want to be constrained by what I see on the screen, even at this moment, with a phone that is in a box. I don't want to be constrained by the iPad. I don't want to be constrained by the video. I don't want boxes anymore. I don't want boxes anymore. So I come to you today to let you know that you're not alone and how we're all redefining this. You know, I've been talking about a shift for quite some time. And when I talk about a shift, is that I've seen over the past 5 to 7 years that our world is going through a shift, that what used to be is no longer feeling comfortable. I can't even stand to watch TV. Good job. Me either, Sharon. We are going through a shift of what the world used to believe was acceptable. And what this past year has done has put the squeeze on us as society, individually, collectively, through segments of society. It's put the squeeze on us so much that we're at that point of where I was talking about the eggs the other day. You know, how tight are we going to hold on? I don't want to be in a box. And so understand that anybody who's listening, you know, if I'm not the messenger for you, then I will lovingly send you on your way and say, wonderful, go find someone that's living in the box that you need. In the meantime, I want to love the people who want to hang out in this empty space with me. that want to simply bring in the divine love, anchor light in this world, and bring hope. And what's challenging for each of us now, what we're each being asked to do, is to redefine how are we going to do that? Because the old boxes aren't going to fit. So aside from what's happening with politics in the world, as many of us have woken up and we're beginning to learn things that we never noticed before. Amen and amen. Sorry, but 1 million civil rights complaints to DOJ is a guarantee to break out of the box. You're right. Everybody is clamoring to break out of a box, folks. I mean, what's happening is we just keep giving each other bigger boxes. May we all strive to let go of the boxes. Say to yourself, I don't want to be in a box. I think it's time to move to a circular world, maybe to a spiral world. I'm not sure. But I know that our boxes are too constraining. Does that resonate? Our boxes are too constraining. Because what I'm learning about us as people, I don't want to be a puppet, Marge says. I want to be loved. I want to be loved and work together as one. Marge, so do I. So do I. And God bless you in Canada, Darlene. You know, you're hearing the just genuine frustration of these are things that I am battling even in my own journey. So I'm not here professing to understand. All I can share is that I don't want to be in a box anymore. And I don't want to play with people who want to put me in boxes anymore. I'm sorry, that's the way the old world seems to be. Hello from Georgia. Hello, sweet sister Debbie. The old world wants us in boxes. The old world wants a division in between us and them. The old world wants to know, well, where do you stand exactly? Well, I might change. Let's think about it. Every time we're placing ourselves in other boxes, we're limiting our ability to change. How do we help our loved ones now see what we're seeing? Diane, you know what the interesting thing is about that is that right now what I'm learning is that some people want to stay in their box and they don't want to step out of the box. And that's their free will choice, isn't it? I see lots of hearts. That's their free will choice. What I believe, I genuinely believe what's happening to us at this point in our journey is that we're each being asked to wake up, to see the world differently, to see things that we didn't see before, and more importantly, imagine new possibilities. How exciting is that? That excites me. Imagine new possibilities. Lynn, I love that. The more you see, the more you change. That is exactly right. Exactly right. Karen, I live with box people. Hun, I so understand that. I really, really do. And so what we have is we have this kind of a splitting of the worlds. We have people who like boxes, and we have people who want to know which boxes and where shall I stack them, and which column and row do you belong in, and which box. And then we've got a whole new group of people that are saying, I don't want any box. So I do believe that's the genuine chasm that we're in at the moment. And so we can't convince other people to see what we see. It's important for us to simply do our story well. Remember I talked about that a few days ago? Do our stories well. And I love the fact that you all share with me where you're from, because then what happens is I see where you are, but I'm not going to put you in that box either. I'm not going to place you in the Alabama box or the US box or the California box, because think about it. The minute we say a state, all kind of ideas come to our head, don't they? I've battled this for years because the minute anybody from a corporate environment would hear a hint of my Southern accent, all kinds of assumptions. All kinds of assumptions. And I usually had very little time to be able to adjust that assumption. So I'm coming to you simply to let you know that you're not alone in what it is that we're trying to figure out. Be the example in truth. Let family and friends see it in you. Sometimes that is the best witness. Debbie, that is terrific wisdom. Terrific wisdom. I'm going to cling to the fact that we're all one beautiful world. And while I know so many of you are from different countries, know that I work as hard for you as I work for those of us that are here in the U.S., because I've always believed that we're here together. So I have more questions today than I have answers. I simply wanted to offer you a concept that maybe you are also also trying to figure this out. All I know is this old skin of wanting to be, people wanting me to be in boxes doesn't feel right to me anymore. So then the question becomes, is what do I do with that? What do I do with that? Well, that, sweet sisters, is going to be our journey together. Be patient. God will make it right. Absolutely, I have faith in how things are going to unfold, and I have faith in how each one of us are going to reinterpret and figure out what's ahead. So, I'm going to continue on this journey with you. Absolutely. I am lifting you all up in much love and much prayer. I try to respond to as many of your messages as I can, so do know that I see you and I hear you. And isn't that a wonderful phrase, I see you? And so as I close here about Joshua and the box, what was so interesting about that video that I never forgot in my 20s is there he was stretching and stretching and stretching, and he was pushing the boxes up and aside and down, and all of a sudden in a moment he realized he was free, and then his person went right back to a box because he was scared to be outside of the box. I never forgot that video. Never forgot it. Because if we really want to be free from the box, then how do we handle the pressure when life is trying to put us back in the box? Isn't that interesting? Joanne, what time do you come on? Well, sweet sisters, I genuinely wish I could commit to you a certain time every day. I am not there yet because I am often booked and doing other programs, but I will work towards that. But I will keep you posted on that. Thank you for all of your positivity. You as well. I'm sending you all many blessings. Until next time, and may we all figure out how to break free of the box. Love to you all.